Hi Libra, this is gonna be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, with everything around you, because everything is art, including yourself, and we all start from zero, which is a blank canvas. Just the fool's journey. If you'd like a personal reading or a personal art channeled message, all the information is down below if you feel guided to book with me. Lastly, there's no rules here, so if this finds you, it's definitely meant for you. You can binge watch them, watch my old videos. Sometimes maybe my old video, that's the same sign will show up and you're like, maybe I want to watch this. For sure, click on it. Because there's the overall message, but then there's also the underlying message. There's always something you need to hear right at this moment. You were led for a reason. And you also interpret my art differently. So that's why I describe it instead of showing it, at least just for these. What I started drawing for you was a small woman. It reminds me of those little people you see in paintings where it's so, I like using the word precise. You have to do it in such a way that it brings it to life. It gives it detail, but it's so small. Those are the most difficult ones to do, but when it's done, they're beautiful. Anyways, she's wearing this old-fashioned gown with the ruffled sleeves. It's giving 1800s, early 1900s fashion. First and foremost, I'm getting you should try wearing clothing from a different time period or a different era. You might find that you love it even more than clothing today. I'm also getting that was weird, faceted. I'm getting a facet of your identity. I meant to say fast fashion. You're sick of fast fashion? I'm getting thrifting as well. You're going to find a unique dress or a unique find while thrifting. I'm getting as well a trend from the past, possibly even ancient past, will be returning in full surge. I'm hearing past meets present. It's like your past is going to be catching up with the current moment. Also, when I look at my drawing, you can't really decipher what she's doing. She's just sort of standing there, kind of looks lost in a way. And you know how it's kind of like a dainty pose or a classy thing to do where you put both of your hands in the front and close them together? Like, sigh, I don't know what to do. That's what it feels like. Let's see. I think I'm gonna get an oracle card first. It's like past meets present. Guess that's the theme. A lot here about fashion, wanting to change things up too. And you know how in the past, or you think of the past, and like, things were so much better back then, like the food that they discontinued, the fashion trends. It's like a lot more work. If you look at like 90s fashion, I look at that and it's like, the skirts like hug your curves, but nowadays it's like they're just straight across, or it's like a crop top. It's like, what? If anything, I understand this. I'm sort of like on the outside looking in, like, okay, I get it a little bit, but I'm not sure where it's going. Whoa, okay. Cards falling on the floor. We have Liberator. We're all liberated by different things. For some people, they're liberated by taking their clothes off. For some people, they're liberated by keeping them on. Some people are liberated by wearing more clothing. Just like there's so many different things that liberate each one of us. I'm also getting like this Statue of Liberty vibes. Just she's kind of posing there, just like the girl it was in my drawing. And I believe the Statue of Liberty is wearing a gown as well, which is something that's very old-fashioned. So we have freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Getting to just like releasing the common trend or what's normal. It's like you just want to go back to the past, or you want to go back to a different time, or it's like you want to start your own trends. It's not like you're going to start a trend, but you don't want to just go with everything. You don't like what's going on in general. You don't feel liberated by something you're doing currently. You want to change it, and that's okay. Just think of, or start to think of, what liberates you, not your neighbor, not your friends, because you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Okay. I was getting something here about like embarrassed to thrift or embarrassed to just buy cheaper clothing. It's really not, because a lot of these things, fast fashion, look the same, and some people pay like $100 for it, and then some people get it for $5. And I would much rather have it for $5. So consider thrifting. I feel like you'll find lots of great things. Ooh, the cards want to come out, but they're not. We have 7 of Swords. I'm getting something here about shoplifting. I don't think you're shoplifting, but that's the first thing I thought of. It's just like taking a bunch of things and leaving without being seen. Getting that scene in Pretty Woman as well, where she comes back in and she's wearing different clothing. She felt more empowered in the first one, because that's like who she is, that's her personality. And they were like, ew, like, why are you in our store? And then she came back wearing this white outfit, and she was like, big mistake. And they're like, who are you? It's like, oh, you wouldn't serve me? You wouldn't help me? Not my problem. Oh, and then she left. She didn't actually buy something there. So maybe something similar happened to you guys, where you're just minding your own business trying to get some clothes. It's like you weren't, I don't know. And that was an example of liberation. It's like, you know what? Even if I wanted to shop here, I don't now, because it's the principle, it's the idea. It's supposed to be liberating. And it's a very nice thing, or a nice example to show like women or even men. It's like, don't stand for that kind of stuff. I feel like also you're gonna be, that's it. You're gonna be put in a situation where you're gonna feel so liberated after doing it. It's like maybe you're gonna stick up for yourself, and you're not used to using your voice. You're not used to like just standing up for yourself, like kind of seeing that as the equivalent of the Statue of Liberty, like standing up straight. Yeah, something's gonna be like in and out. And I don't feel like you're used to doing that kind of thing. Kind of seeing the 8 of Swords here is like cowering in fear, not knowing what to do. You know when something shocking happens and you just stand there and do nothing, but then later after the fact, you're like, I wish I would have said something, wish I would have put someone in their place. I feel like you're actually going to be doing that. Just liberation, all of it. Liberating clothing. Liberating attitude. Liberating responses. I knew I wasn't getting this for no reason. Damn. Then we have the 2 of Swords. Then we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's like I feel like you're gonna be telling so many people off, or it's like people are just gonna be testing you. And it's like, actually, it's like this is your test to see how liberated you are, how much you've changed. Freeing yourself. To me, the 2 of Swords has always been like the diet 8 of Swords. It's like she's sort of free, but she still doesn't see something. Meaning you don't see your value just yet. Maybe you do a little bit, but not entirely. I'm also seeing this as like restriction, like restricting clothing. Kind of reminds me of skimpy clothing in a way, where people think they have to wear that to accentuate their body or their body type. I feel like you want to like release yourself from that some type of fashion. Also seeing the Queen of Pentacles here as low-key, like natural fashion, and that's okay. Getting something that's easy on the eyes. Easy on the eyes, but it's like no matter what you wear, you'll still attract attention. Does that make sense? It's like your face is still there. Your features are still there. I'm gonna get a Bob Ross card. And remember I said a trend is coming back? This is something about that leaves but comes back. I'm saying this is a clothing trend that's coming back, but I'm also seeing this in a way where it's like a trend you hated back then is coming back as well, and you're like, ew, I don't want to be restricted. I don't want to wear that. You don't have to. Create your own trends. And I feel like too, it's just going to be like a diet version, not a literal diet, but a diet version or a less like intense version of it. It's like you're going to take something and create your own twist. Because if that doesn't liberate you, it's okay. You can create something that will. I love this. We have talent is pursued interest. Anything you're willing to practice, you can do. So you have a talent here as well. A pursued interest. This could involve creating clothing, making clothing. Perhaps you do, reminds me of how people that design or do drawings of clothing with models on it, kind of like what I did in the beginning. So maybe that's what this is. She's not moving, she's not doing anything because it's kind of like just for show. It's an idea, it's a consideration. I'm saying please do this, it's going to make you a lot of money. Or it's a really nice idea. But you also have to be careful because I don't know if you guys have seen this happen, but a lot of these fast fashion companies steal ideas and steal designs from people, small businesses. So protect it until you're ready. I need another Bob Ross card, and I'm going to end this reading. We have, you have to allow the paint to break to make it beautiful. So something has to fail first before it's set in stone, or something has to fail first before like the beauty comes from it. So I'm getting you're going to fail, or first you're not going to like something you've designed, but don't stop there. Just keep experimenting and you'll hit a breakthrough. You'll find something that feels right. It reminds me of Simba in The Lion King, where he's holding him up like it's like the Page of Pentacles. It's like, oh my god, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love it. I'm happy with it. I'm also getting something about clothing gravitating towards comfortability rather than how it looks all the time. It's going to be comfortable and it's going to be sexy and hot, whatever you want to say. Wow. Okay, Libra. That's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I really like this, but I'm not really liking this. In the beginning, I was getting this shoplifting reference, but towards the end, I sort of understood it more. It's like, keep your designs safe. And if you don't like a trend or you don't like something that's coming back, do your own thing. It doesn't matter. Liberation. Okay, guys. Bye.